G'day guys and welcome to Exploring Off the Grid. This week we head down to the Wenlock and set up an awesome little camp right on the side of the river. And Rick is planning on catching a big barra. Now, he didn't do too bad in the boat, did he? But we'll see how we go getting one down here. So grab yourself a cold drink, sit back and enjoy exploring off the grid.
Yeah, so Jamie, I've heard about a place called Stones Crossing when we're up on the telly track. What's your thoughts? I think we should check that one out. It sounded pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. I've heard about it for many years and they reckon it's pretty awesome down there. Be interesting to go and have a look.
Yeah, is it tight, do you know, or what's the track in like? What's it going to be like, mate?
I believe it's just a bit, there's a few ups and downs. It might be a bit bushy, depends how much it's been used. But there should be some dry creek beds that we'll go through, and then it comes into an awesome little campground, or not campground, but camps along the river. And then this is a place I've wanted to go to for a long time, and that's the old Wenlock.
Oh, sounds awesome. We surely can flick a line down there. Is it a bit of water or fairly dry, or what's your thoughts there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Might get a barra.
Yeah, well, Spanish mackerels on the plate the other night, Jamie, so hopefully a bit of a barra tonight, mate, would be good, eh?
How good would that be? You know, I love the estuary fishing, you know, I enjoy that a lot more than outside. But yeah, who's to know what to expect? I can imagine there'll be a few crocs down here though.
Yeah, okay, we'll have to keep the eyes out and hopefully we land a couple, that'd be awesome.
Good plan. How good was Penny Father? I absolutely loved it. The wildlife down there was incredible. Like on the banks of the creek, you've got crocs, they come and go as the tide comes and goes as well. But the bird life down there was amazing. And in the water, wow, you could see the fish, manta rays jumping, you name it. Really, really enjoyed that place. Anyway, we're heading down to Stones Crossing. Now, this is just down on the Wenlock. Now, I haven't been down here before, but I've heard so much about the place, and I've really always wanted to come and have a visit because they tell me there's a lot of, you know, good little camps around on the Wenlock. But this Stones Crossing is supposed to be pretty epic, so it'd be nice to go and have a look at that.
Hey, Jamie, copy?
Yeah, copy.
Mate, rolling through tracks like this, I am so glad you talked me into the suspension that we went on these trucks, eh?
Oh, you're not wrong. The parabolics, they are just absolutely incredible. You know, like when I came up the Cape with you last year, just the difference of ride that you have on, you know, to what they are standard is just amazing.
Yeah, so I've had trucks like this before, and at the end of the day, you're just barely walking once you get out of the things, eh?
Yeah, that's so true. But it's, I think also we've got the comfort of the Stratos seats too that make a big difference.
Oh, look, yeah, that's right. The old standard seats feel like you're sitting on a timber box, don't they?
Yeah, so true. But you know, like at the same token, I've never really done a lot with the Kings, the adjustables on the King suspension, and the same with having airbags on there, sort of thing. You know, like you would think there'd be some contradiction, but I mean, working them together, you know, getting the pressures right, the ride is really quite comfortable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've been mucking around with them, adjusting, just trying different settings, and yeah, just getting it right for what I like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the key to it. You know, like as much as it all leads, you know, from the start for tyre pressure on a dirt road or tyre pressure on bitumen, you know, it all leads all the way through on your suspension.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everything's tying together just nicely. I'm really happy with it. So thanks again for recommending that. Hey, that's awesome.
Not a worry. Just heading down to Stones Crossing. It's starting to get a little bit tight through this area. Just got to watch out for the branches because.
Hey, copy, Jamie.
Yeah, copy.
She's looking a little bit tighter down here, mate. As I get a bit closer, I may need a spot from you. I'll just see how we go, eh?
Yeah, copy that. No worries.
So yeah, we're just rolling down into a bit of a dry creek bed at this stage. There could be some water up in front, I'm not too sure. It's a little bit tight, especially towing the big trailer, which hangs out a bit wider than the truck too. So interesting to see what's around this next corner. Oh yeah, we've got a bit of a log. Yeah, this is going to be real tight. We may even need to get the chainsaw out here and trim a bit up. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Righto, so we're just down at the bottom of this creek. It's getting real tight. I just don't know, there's a bit of a log hanging into the bottom here, so whether I can get the trailer around or whether we'll have to get the chainsaw out, that's the unknown part. Just for a second. Scraped through with millimetres to spare, so that one was nice and close.
That was a tight one, that one.
Yeah, Jamie, that was close, but just scraped through, mate.
You did indeed. I think the part with this, for mine, your trailer's a lot wider than this one. Mine's a lot narrower.
Yeah, I think you should have no drums at all there, mate. Mine's taking out a good 50mm each side, I'd reckon, so yeah, you should be fine. Give me a yell if you need a hand, but.
Copy. No drama. Lost me radio. There it is. No, all good. No dramas at all.
Okay, mate. Cool. We'll keep pushing on.
Yep.
Yeah, copy, Jamie?
Yeah, copy.
We must be getting close now, mate. That river can't be too far away, eh?
Well, looking at this HEMA, I reckon we must be really right on top of it.
Oh, cool. Yep, been prepping for a bit, so yeah, looking forward to setting up camp.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. How tight were some of them places to get through with these trucks and trailers?
That's where the big trucks do make a difference compared to conventional small four-wheel drive, eh?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
All good fun, but that's for sure. Well, we're just rolling down into the river now. She's a bit of a steep climb down, but oh wow! Wait till you see this, mate. You wait till you see what's down here. This is absolutely unbelievable.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it. That's how beautiful's that? You going for a dip?
No.
Oh, you're a bit shy.
Yeah, just a little, mate. But geez, don't this make it all worthwhile dragging our gear down through here?
Wow, that's awesome. That is brilliant.
Oh, geez. I don't know how much time to spend here. I reckon we could spend days or a week.
Oh, we're not?
We'll have to just see what happens, eh?
How good is this? Well, there we have it. We've got the Wenlock behind us. We've made it down to Stones Crossing. We're going to just take the buggies off here, set up some camp, go and flick a couple of lures, travel up and down on the buggies and see what we can find campsite wise. You know, it's always good to have a great camp spot, but it doesn't mean it's any good for fishing, you know, because everybody comes and camps there, and of course they all throw a line in. Why wouldn't you? We'll do exactly the same.
When we first rolled down towards the creek, it was just beautiful. Yeah, it's amazing. So we decided this will be the spot where we camp, and yeah, couldn't get a more picturesque spot. The first thing we done was probably grab some rods out and flick a line, because it's the first thing you want to do when you see that water, and just hope there might be a big barra or something just sitting there ready to pounce. Yeah, so after flicking a line for a few bits there for a few minutes, Jamie and I sat down with the map and decided we need to get the buggies out and do what we're all about, exploring off the grid. So yeah, we planned a bit of a track and went and see what we can find.
Sitting at camp at the Stones Crossing, and Jamie and Rick, rigging up their fishing lines, and going to go and get that metre barrel, whatever they could get, and had me doubts. I tell you, the Rock and I sitting there, mate, they were off having a crack, which good on them, having a crack, but I tell you what, I was pretty confident they weren't going to get bugger all fish. So we decided, Rock and I, we'll get the campfire going, get roasts in, always use it the next day for cold meat so I wouldn't go astray, but it was ready to go just in case they didn't get the fish.
We first started heading out and we came across another part of the river, not far from where we camped, and straight away we just stopped, tried pulling the rods out. Jamie was down the creek pretty quick. My bloody lure was caught in the seat, so I had to fiddle with that for a few minutes, and so he had a heads up on me.
What's going on?
The brand new lure's dropped down behind the seat, so I've got a snag and I haven't even got out of the buggy. But yeah, I got down there and ended up throwing a line a few times, and yeah, it was good fun. I actually had one little hit down in that first stop. So yeah, I thought it might have been on there for a second, but typical my fishing skills. Yeah, lost that one and no good.
So we come up with a bit of a plan to scoot up and see what we could find along here where we could actually just walk into instead of trying to get the buggies into to drop a line in.
What are you avoiding, Jamie?
What am I avoiding? Oh, just a few green ants just there on that little nest there.
Oh yeah, Rick found them the other day, didn't he?
But I just hit another one and they just dropped a couple. Lucky they don't bite, they just ping.
Yeah, look, my patience for fishing is about that long, so a few flicks and end up losing a lure, and yeah, I think I was done for the day already. So.
On the way through, wow, did we find some camp spots? Well, here we've got a corker of a spot. It looks pretty deep up there, so we could flick a lure in there. But right there, I'm quite happily going to sit in that water for a bit. You've got to take advantage when you can. Oh, look, when you're in any of these top end creeks, it doesn't matter where it is, it can be dangerous whether you've got fresh crocs or salty crocs in there. But at the end of the day, we're on the top end of the tide. The tide's going down that way, so it's tidal. So it's a lot more fresh water where we are up there. So you look at the water, you look at your sandbar, you look at your deep holes, and you can see whether or not you can actually go for a splash. Yeah, it was pretty good going up for a bit of a run, because a mate of mine told me about an old hut he built there years and years ago. And we travelled probably 10 k's and we hadn't got too far, and it had already been a couple of hours. And so we thought, well, we've had a bit of fun, we've seen a lot of the place, and it's not really well-used tracks. So we turned around and come back.
Yeah, some of the terrain with the buggies was interesting. So there was a few dips and hollows, a few little muddy crossings, a few little step-ups, but yeah, the buggy end was good as gold.
What can I say? That was like a walk in the park. Well, I've heard about the Weipa rodeos before, and the Bamaga, and all those sort of rodeos up the top end. Now, they are one show I would have always loved to got to, and it just so happened we were in town when it was on.
The regional rodeos are fantastic. Just the community comes together. So we were keen actually to get in there and just have a night enjoying it, enjoying what the locals had to offer. One of the first events at the Weipa Rodeo was the kids' bull rides. I mean, they were kids, they were bloody little kids. It's different upbringing to what the city kids would get. So you get the city kids that might be doing, say, soccer, tap dancing, ballet class, I don't know, whatever. But you get up to these little country towns and just totally different, mate. They're riding bulls.
You know, the incredible part was how young those kids were riding them bulls. I mean, they're only little bulls and they're only little kids, talking 5 years, 6 years old. It was incredible. They're all geared up, you know, with padded gear and helmets and all sorts of things. And everybody was there to try and catch them as they fell, you know, when they got bucked off. It was really good to actually see it. And then it just went up stage by stage, year by year of the ages. Yeah, it was funny, as they got older, you could tell they were really into it, you know, with the big belt buckles, the caps on, and the mullets to go with it. It was absolutely awesome. But they got on there, they rode, and they just really, really enjoyed it. My son loves whip cracking, and they had whip cracking there. They had it where they practiced out in the oval, and at the same time in the arena they had a competition, and the kids just come out and they went hell to leather, cracking them whips. The guys didn't just ride bulls, they rode broncs. That's horses. You know, they got right into it, cracking whips, all sorts of things. Some could hang on and some of them come off really, really quick. The clowns that were in there trying to help them all the time were unbelievable. Getting them bulls, getting them horses, getting everything away from them to get them into safety. I'm here at the Weipa Rodeo. I'm with these three guys here. I've got Corey, Oliver and Hunter. Now these guys, I'm going to just ask them a few questions about what they're here doing. So tell me, the three of you, which one of you like bull riding about most?
I don't know, I think we all equally like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's the best?
I don't know, probably me? No.
Probably me and Corey. Like,
Straight out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you so good?
I'm just good at everything.
I was half a second shy.
I'm riding tomorrow. I think I'm just riding steer.
Yeah?
I was about second short.
Well guys, thanks very much.
And what's with the hairstyles?
Oh yeah, I love it. Hey? Go and take the hats off.
That's just the way. That's just the way.
Hey? Look at these mullets, eh? How good are they?
Yeah, so around the oval there was all the food stalls, there was the bar going, everyone just having a general good time. It was, really good atmosphere at the rodeo there, it was good.
The atmosphere was just amazing in the end. The whole ring was just covered in people in the grandstands, in the seats standing up. The atmosphere was just really, really good to see. So I reckon there was thousands of people there. Enjoy myself, watching a bit of the bull riding, the bronco riding and all that, and had a few tunes in the background they did, and just basically having a fat time, having a few beers, watching the crowd come by, having a chat. We're outside the truck having a chat, people looking at the trucks, and turned around, tried to find everyone, and they all bailed. So we're about 4 k's away from camp. So ended up, I don't know, just foot line that on the way home. So cheers to that, Rick and Jamie. Yep. Remember who runs your winch cables for you and does all your recoveries while you're sitting in the aircon. So yeah, we might have to change that a bit now. So yeah, no, cheers for that, eh?
Well guys, we hope you enjoyed that episode of Exploring Off the Grid. And remember, if you're after any of the great gear that we use on the show, such as expedition boxes, be sure to check out our online store or call in to see us here in Bundaberg.